Okay, guys, I need your help in a situation where it doesn't make sense to me, but my boyfriend is just accepting it for what the fuck it is. Granted, it doesn't make sense to him either, but he's just accepting it. Me, I'm a questionable bitch. I'm gonna question everything about this shit until someone or itself makes sense to me, because it's not making sense. So make it make sense. So I'm gonna tell you some key important details that I think is important, at least, before I tell you guys the situation. So one, my boyfriend and his roommate live in an area where they don't lock doors. Front door, back doors, windows, car doors. I don't think they even know what the term locked doors even means. That's how they go about their life, not locking shit. Where me, we're locking everything up. We don't give a fuck what it is. I grew up in an area and there's a family that re-lock shit around here. In fact, I feel kind of bad because I actually locked his roommate out last night. Because, like I said, I grew up in an area in a family where we lock doors. So, of course, when I come in the front door, I'm going to lock that bitch behind me. It's just a natural reaction. It's second nature to me. But they don't lock doors. Two, there's a motion sensor camera at the front door. But I don't think that camera, to my knowledge, can reach the side of the house view-wise. Three, you can get into their house by going along the side in the backyard, and then you would hit the laundry room first once you go through the back door, and then right after that laundry room is my boyfriend's door right there. So it's like side of the house, backyard, laundry room, my boyfriend's room. Just think of a G. It's the only way I can think of it explaining that. Four, he told me that, the girl he dated when we broke up, he doesn't believe that she was in love with him, but she says she was. He think it was more of an infatuation type thing. Me, when I hear the word infatuation, I think that's just a fancy word for stalker. That's just my opinion. I digress. But not only that, which brings us to 5, she lives like down the street, like a few houses down the street, walking distance easily. Wasn't in love with her, because he said she wasn't you, meaning me. That's for his words, not mine. But he thinks that she's infatuated with him. I think that's just like I said, a fancy word for fucking stalker. But I could be wrong on the terminology of infatuated. And 6, his roommate, I'm not getting the vibe, I'm not getting the feeling that the roommate has anything to do with the situation at all. I think the roommate is innocent 100%. I'm a Pisces. I can read people very well. I can read the environment very well. And I'm reading that the roommate has nothing to do with it. And he's been living with his roommate for probably 2 years or more. What was it? 6, 7? And the next detail is to remember, my boyfriend has a king-size bed. And then underneath the mattress is a box spring. Underneath that box spring is floor. Straight floor. He has no bed frame. It's just the mattress, box spring, floor. There's no gaps, openings, holes where anything can get underneath. Just flat all the way around. There's no room or opening for anything to slide underneath that bitch. Let's get to the story. Oh, a few days ago, maybe a week ago now, I forgot when, but my boyfriend lost his wallet. We tore his room the fuck up looking for that shit. We're flipping shit over, going through shit. His room looked like a tornado by the time we were done with that shit. And we're checking throughout the entire house. We're checking outside on the ground. Cannot find this wallet worth nothing. We left his house and we couldn't find the wallet because he had to get to work. I went home afterwards and I didn't see him for like the next 2, maybe even 3 days. But like the 2 days following that incident, I, checked in with him. Hey, did you find your wallet? No, he hasn't found it. But recently he told me he just found that shit. But where the fuck he found it is under the box spring. He told me the wallet was open, so it was open and flat, I'm assuming like that. But like an arm length underneath that bitch. Flat and open like that. How they get there? He's like, I don't know. It is what it is. Nothing was missing out of it, to my knowledge. He didn't say nothing was missing out of it, but he's just like, it is what it is. I don't know who it is, what it is, who they are. I don't know who that person is, but what it is not making sense to me, and that's the person I know not making sense. So let's make it make sense. He's like, I don't know. He's just like, everything's good, so I ain't gonna trip about it. I'm stumbling. I'm rolling the fuck over. I'm confused. A bitch is confused. Like, I'm flabbergasted. Now, when my ass get flabbergasted, we got a problem. That means shit's not making sense to me, and I'm a questionable bitch. I'm about to question some shit. I asked him straight up, the girl you were dating after me, was the bitch crazy? know how we be females, we be crazy sometimes, and he said no. But then again, he's a guy. But he said no. Sound crazy your damn self. That shit don't make no sense. It's not like we can accidentally kick it under the bed, because that shit is flat on the floor. And then on top of that, you got a heavy ass king size mattress on top of that bitch, keeping that bitch even more flat on the floor. So make it make sense. He's like, I don't know. Hey, well, unless your place is haunted, that shit make no sense to me. So I'm an I Spy, CSI, detective, law and order bitch, and we need to find some law and order in this situation, because it's not making sense to me. The math is not mathing. I thought 2 + 2 = 4, but we're getting a 7, and you're just gonna accept the answer at 7? No, I'm about to crush in that situation, everything within the situation, everything outside the situation, the shape of the situation itself. Me personally, like I told you guys, when I hear the word infatuated, I think that's just a fancy, nicer way of saying stalker. When someone's infatuated with someone, that means someone has a stalker. In my head, I could be wrong about that terminology. I should look it up before I make this video, but whatever. Is there a logical, even a scientific way, an explanation, a reason that makes sense to my head of how his wallet could end up under his box spring, an arm length under that bitch? Like, he told me he had to stick his arm under that bitch, all of it, to grab that shit and get it out. If there is a way, if anybody can comment, that seems possible without somebody sticking it there, because I think it was the ex. You infatuated me, stalker to me. I also asked him, well, shit, since I came back into the picture, have you had anybody over since? You know, I'm not going to be mad. I mean, because we're not official yet, but that's just a matter of time. So, calling him boyfriend. It's just a matter of time before we are. And he said, no, he hasn't had nobody over since I came back into the picture. And I know it wasn't me. And besides, I don't steal from people. I suggest we stick a camera up in his room, because he got lots of cameras that record. You know, let's just stick one up in that bitch. And like, only us for nobody's recording. See what, you know, we could capture something, but he doesn't want that. And, you know, I don't want to disrespect him in his home, so, you know, I'm not going to force the issue on it, but I personally think we should stick a camera up in that bitch. So, is there a way that wallet can end up under his mattress without someone putting it there? If so, please comment, but make sure you explain that shit in very simple terms for me to understand it, for it to make sense to me.